Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. The afterworld. A world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know the one, doctor, everything will be alright. Instead of asking how much of your time is left, ask him how much of your mind, baby. Cause in this life, things are much harder than in the afterworld. This life, you're on your own.
Good morning, Twin Cities. Up and Adam, I'm Jack Tomczak. That is Andrew Lee.
Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody.
Show, as always, produced by Lump.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. At 7 o'clock, Representative Tom Hackbarth will be calling in. We'll talk about his bill to reform the IRRB. As we talked about yesterday, they like to set money on fire by giving it to their friends and ski hills. At 7:15, a very special segment of Andrew's Kids with Kip Christensen and Allie Eichmann in to talk young people in politics and Allie's preference in music. Then at 8, comedian Brian Miller, and at 8:15, Paul Fletcher from Cities 97. At 8:40, the parody song contest, and the prize for that is a fresh bag of Andrew Twerks.
Yes. Actually, the prize is tickets to Acme tonight.
Oh.
The 8 o'clock show at Acme Comedy Company tonight. The Crash and Burn show we talked about with Tim Slagle earlier this week. You can win a pair of tickets to go see it tonight at 8. Should be a great time.
All right, so if you want the Andrew Twerks, you just have to go to get
in addition to the Andrew Twerk.
It's plural.
No, I only twerk once.
All right,
It's a singular twerk.
It's so amazing. Found out yesterday that Prince, at 57 years old, passed away?
Yes. I was driving home from an appointment yesterday and had no idea. I was listening to a podcast, so I wasn't listening to the radio. Had no idea. I got my phone in my pocket, and I can feel it just vibrating. You know, it's going off, and it's that specific text message vibration.
Sure.
My God, I'm getting a lot of texts.
Something important.
But I'm driving, and I'm being a responsible driver. I don't even take my phone out of my pocket.
I set my beer down. I reached into my pocket.
And finally pulled into my garage, got out of the car, pulled my phone out, and it's just text after text after text after text from various people. OMG, Prince died. Oh, my God, Prince died. Did you see that Prince died? Prince is dead, ? I'm like, whoa, what happened on my ride home?
Well, clearly Prince died.
Yeah.
I got a text from my wife, who was downstairs in the same building I was in. When I got the news, and we'll be talking about this throughout the day, of course. It is the big news. An autopsy, according to news reports, is planned for today. Prince was found, non-responsive in an elevator.
Yep.
And I think Carver County, is that Carver County?
Yes, Carver County, Chanhassen. Yep.
So we'll give folks plenty of opportunity today to give their thoughts on Prince and his passing.
Sure, we'll just open the phone, 651-989-5855. If you got a cool Prince story, if you want to share your thoughts, we'll leave the phones open all morning for people that want to chime in and talk about Prince. Obviously, you got
the morning off, Lump. Just leave them open. No screening at all.
All right. Yeah.
Hard to think of a more iconic Minnesota musician. Obviously, Bob Dylan is from Minnesota, but he never really, he never claimed.
He never came back.
Right.
Yeah, he was from here, and that was it.
That was it.
And the real loss is for the state of Minnesota, who can't say, Prince is from here.
Well, he still was.
We're sure, but Prince certainly embraced his Minnesota roots, and he was the biggest that we had. So back to being average, Minnesota.
Hard to think of someone that means more in the musical arena, than to Minnesota than Prince.
Yeah.
And the fact that he embraced it, claimed it, loved it, called it home. Made his studio here. The patron saint of First Avenue, so on and so forth. Means a lot, and it's a big story. And even me not being from Minnesota. and have only lived here for 6 years. I mean, Prince was huge, huge in my life.
And that was a question I was going to ask you. Is Prince as big out there as he is to the people of Minnesota?
Yes, I think so. Absolutely. You know, up there with Michael Jackson in terms of, you know, the biggest, most iconic musicians of the late 80s, early 90s. You know, it was Michael Jackson, and then it was Prince.
When is the Super Bowl here next year?
Yeah, 2018.
Okay, so it'll be a while. So I was going to say that that would be
Appropriate.
the Prince Super Bowl. All right. Have you ever gone down to Paisley Park?
Actually, I haven't. I mean, I've driven by it a number of times. I live, I think, like 6 miles away. I live very close to it. I've been by it. I've seen it, but no, I've never been there. And that's, you know, one of my first thoughts when I found out that he passed yesterday was, you know, damn it, I never got to see him in concert. That was always one of the, you know, if I were to list off artists that I would love to see, Prince would have always been in there in terms of a concert that I wanted to see. And God, you know, why did I never take the opportunity to go to Paisley Park? I mean, I live so close.
But it's like with so many things, and especially with Prince passing away at 57 years old, you kind of figured you had time. 57 is awfully young.
Truly.
Yeah. I've seen Prince in concert and went down to Paisley Park once. It was one of those, Prince is playing tonight. How do you know? I know. I have a friend.
Yeah,
and I was even interested in Prince. I was chasing a girl. And he did not play that night, so I've never had the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, it's a neat little, you know, a neat little quirk about this area is if you know the right person. You know, you can find out when those Paisley Park parties were happening.
Yeah.
And there was one this past weekend because he, you know, we all heard the story of his plane had made an emergency landing. He had to cancel some shows because he reportedly had the flu. And then over the weekend, you know, I'd gotten word, I don't remember where I saw it, some social media, that there was a Paisley Park party happening over the weekend. And I was like, you know what, I should go to this one. And then,
I'll hit it next week.
of course, being me, you know, I was like, well, you know, I'm home. Home's comfortable.
Or I could just sing to myself in the kitchen.
Or I could do that.
Weird out my kids.
I'll just sing Prince songs.
Lump, as a 20-year-old country bumpkin, is Prince somebody influential in your life? Was this where does this land on the scale for a 20-year-old?
So I don't think that his death resonated with me quite the same as it did for someone in your generation. He just wasn't as big. Well, he just wasn't as big with my generation. But I can still recognize that it is a huge loss for the music industry. It's a huge loss for Minnesotans. And there's just been a lot of deaths this year of really influential people. So it's very sad.
A Facebook friend and listener, Mike Murray, put a video of the impromptu get-together at First Avenue last night with all the people dancing.
Yeah.
He says, and here we have a bunch of Minnesotans dancing. This is how we dance. It is people just kind of bumping up and down a little bit. Just a little bit.
There's a very neat video floating around. I saw it on social media of, you know, thousands of people all packed in the streets of downtown last night singing Purple Rain. You know, they had Purple Rain playing over the loudspeakers, and just a neat scene, you know, to see that many people gathered together, all to celebrate Prince. Very cool.
All right, we are going to, of course, have the phone lines open today. If you want to talk Prince, we've got other things on the agenda as well. Andrew, we'll give you the details on the passing away of Prince.
We'll start off the news bag with some details on what what happened yesterday, what we know so far, etc.